Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamerspro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. The day before that was the day that they unveiled Kobe Bryant's new statue in front of crypto.com. And then we ended up finding out subsequently, through his wife, that there were going to be three statues. The one that we saw, the one that Kobe picked. The second one will be of him and his late daughter. And the third one will be with him in the jersey number 24, which I think is well deserving. And I think some of the language on the statue said the following: the house that Kobe Bryant built, right? And I think most Laker fans are very pleased with the fact that Kobe Bryant is going to be receiving three statues, given his 20-year tenure with the organization, all those years of excellence, helping deliver 5 championships to the team. And it's interesting we talk about we bring up 5 championships. Why? Because we all know that Kobe Bryant is a 5-time champion, but there's some people out there that try to remove or poo-poo his first 3 championships. The reason they do that is because they say, well, Kobe Bryant played with the most dominant, physically dominant player ever in Shaquille O'Neal, as if to say Kobe Bryant wasn't an excellent player. But nevertheless, they try to use this argument as a crux, as some kind of stain against Kobe Bryant's legacy, and say, so this is the reason Coach Kobe had this person. But when it comes to other players, great players who played with great players, this argument is never the case, right? So yesterday, Yesterday, I was scrolling through Instagram, and I came across a reel. And this reel featured former friend and rival of Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, right? We all know who Tracy McGrady is. Very, very bad man, right? And if it wasn't for his injuries, think about it. Tracy McGrady still made the Hall of Fame, and he still had those injuries that he had to deal with. Just think about that for a second. That's how good Tracy McGrady was during his prime. So Tracy McGrady was addressing the people that try to say Kobe Bryant is not a top 5 player, who tried to use the Shaq argument. And while he was talking, he brought up a fantastic point, which was, well, wait a minute. Most people have Magic Johnson in their top 5, but Magic Johnson played with Kareem. So why doesn't it apply to Magic, but it applies to Kobe? And I was like, very, very, very interesting. So what we want to do is want to quickly play what Tracy McGrady had to say. It's only about a minute and a half or so, I believe, soundbite, and then want to come back and continue on with the show. Take a listen to what Tracy McGrady had to say here.
They say Kobe ain't top 5? Out of here. You kidding me? And guess what they say the reason why he's not top 5? Oh, because he played with Shaq. Okay. Did Magic Johnson play with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was the all-time leading scorer? But you want to sit here and talk about Kobe playing with Shaq? You gotta play with great players to win championships, right? Why are we excluding Magic Johnson playing with James Worthy, Michael Cooper, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hall of Famers, bro? You want to associate Shaq with Kobe. But then when Shaq leaves, he goes to get Pau Gasol and wins 2 more, but plays for 3 and wins 2 more. They so disrespectful when it comes to being, bro. They talking about he ain't better than MJ. Well, he can't be top 5. He's not better than MJ. What? He's the closest thing to MJ. Well, tell me the other motherfucker that's close to MJ then, that played the game. Who else is close to MJ? Ain't nobody else close to MJ. So how is he excluded out of this conversation if he's close to MJ? And MJ is the greatest of all time. Help me understand that. Bro, that man is top 5. You ask anybody that has played against Michael Jordan and played against Kobe Bean Bryant in that era, it would tell you Bean is top 5 all time.
So you heard what Tracy McGrady had to say, right? He's like, if this doesn't work against Magic, why are we holding it against Kobe? If you ask most people this question, the people that say Kobe Bryant is not a top 5 player, they will have no sensible answer for you. No sensible answer. Shaq won all 3 of those finals MVPs. At that time, Shaq was in his physical prime. When people say, oh, but Shaq won the finals MVPs, you show me the player outside of Michael Jordan probably that would have won finals MVPs, those finals MVPs over Shaq. Who's the player? Who? What player playing on the perimeter, if you replace him with Kobe, you play with Shaq, they're going to win those three finals MVPs or 2 over Shaq. There is no basketball player, unless you're an idiot. Nobody with sense would say that we're going to keep that prime Shaq, and then we're going to bring another player, and that player is going to win a finals MVP over him. There's no basketball player. Probably Michael Jordan, but I don't even know. With that 3-year stretch from 2000 to 2002, nobody. So they say that as if Kobe wasn't like, oh, you know, he was playing with some scrub and da. Any player you got, anyone, if you bring him to the table, he would have walked away with 0 finals MVPs playing against Shaq at that time. 0, number one. Number two, when Kobe was playing, we also got to factor in that Kobe was younger. Kobe came into the NBA where things were a little bit more structured, where they didn't just hand over the reins to a team to a very young player. The year Kobe started getting to start, because at that time they're like, I don't care how good this kid is, you're gonna, you know, a rookie's not going to start playing. All of a sudden, it's not going to happen. At least that's the situation that Kobe Bryant found himself in on a team of veterans. The moment Kobe started to play and get minutes and start, well, you saw what happened. It was him and Shaq. He was better than all the rest of those dudes, and they quickly found out this dude right here is better than almost everybody on this damn team, right? That's the first thing. The people that also then go on and try to make this argument, well, but then Kobe went on to win 2 more championships without Shaq. So are you saying that Kobe won those 3 championships? The people that say that, they say like as if he was incapable of winning championships on his own, but then he went out there and won 2 more championships. As a matter of fact, he ended up winning more championships than Shaq did when they broke up. Help me figure it out. What do we do? You just got to peek into the mind of a rabid Kobe Bryant hater. These people say anything. They try and they fail. One of them had a nervous breakdown, I think 24 hours ago, less than 24 hours ago, because we're doing these shows. Some of them were doing well. And I didn't realize how much this frogman follows our channel. I mean, this guy follows our comments. He follows everything. He wants to be Dreamerspro. He can't. He tries. Trust me, he tries. If you go to his channel, he started copying our thumbnails. That didn't work. We opened up our small short clips channel. We started experimenting with thumbnails. He did the exact same thing. But we're trash. So why are you copying a channel that you believe is garbage? Why? His main channel can't even compete with our short clips channel. It's that bad. The dude had a nervous breakdown. I don't know what happened at the end of his show. YouTube had to take it down or something. I don't know what happened. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But I can understand, man. When you look in the mirror and you realize you look like a frog, I'll be pissed off too. And I'll be mad too. Counting views. Oh, look how much money he made. And da-da-da-da-da. He doesn't have a life. I got a wife and a kid. Where's your wife? Where's your kid? You know more about me damn near than my own wife. Bro, I don't want you. You're not my type. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do for you. You got all of this thing. I'm sucking all of this stuff. Okay, so I have a challenge to you. Since you're so great and I suck and you figured out the formula to success, can you get to 40,000 subs by the end of the year? No, matter of fact, that's too much. Can you get to 30,000 subs by the end of the year? Since you figured it out, you copy all of our thumbnails and everything. You go do it. You can't. He says he knows how we get views with LeBron and blah, 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 blah. So you do it. I'll be waiting. Let's see if you can get to 30,000. I have a hunch our small short clips channel going to be doing better than yours by the end of the year. Marcellus Wiley is a regular guest on the show. With the Super Bowl coming up, we're definitely going to have him on here next week, Monday, I believe. So we're definitely going to talk about the Super Bowl and a whole bunch of other things, right? So very exciting, very exciting stuff. And while Marcellus was on the show, we talked about different things. Now, there's some people the vast majority of people that have seen these Marcellus shows absolutely love him. And that's one of the reasons Marcellus like, man, we got to keep it up. Of course, there are a few haters out there that have nobody on their show. But meanwhile, they can tell you who's good or who's not good. They have nobody. They invite nobody to their shows. But meanwhile, they're, it's the world we live in. But anyway, So last week we did a show and we were reacting to some comments that Gilbert Arenas made about the Clippers when he went on Shannon Sharp's show, Nightcap. And when they were there, they were joking. He said in a joking way, not like he was dead serious, but he said it in a joking way where he essentially said that the Clippers are the hoes of the NBA. I think he even went on Paul George's show and they asked him about it, but I think it's all in fun, right? So while Marcellus and I were discussing that, I asked him, I'm like, why would Gilbert Arenas say something like this? I said, I personally believe that Gilbert Arenas don't believe half of the stuff that he be saying. So when I posed the question to Marcellus, Marcellus Wiley, gave him his honest opinion, right? In a fun way, nothing personal, just fun, right? Sports way. So what happens? I shoot Gil a message. I'm like, yo, we getting at you right now. We getting at you, right? I told him, like, we getting at you. So Gil was like, all right, I got you. I'm gonna watch it. I'm watching it. So I knew Gil was going to take some time because he's probably doing other stuff, but he was going to get back at us. So what happened yesterday, Gilbert Arenas does a show responding to what Marcellus Wiley and I had to say. He was roasting me in the beginning. He had some jokes. It was pretty funny. And I posted it on my IG story. My handle, for those of you not following me on IG, my handle is CTABANZ. So what happens? Gilbert Arenas then goes on his show, and it's a long show, and he starts to kind of respond to the points that Marcellus and I were making, and he was going at us, right? Especially at Marcellus. So what we want to do is we want to play some of the things that he had to say. It's a very long show, so if you guys want to listen to it, it's in entirety. You can go listen to it on his channel, No Chill Gil, hear it in its entirety. But what we want to do is we want to play some of the highlights that we got from it, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Gilbert Arenas had to say here.
So let's see what these two got to say about little old me.
Switch gears to the team across the hallway in the Los Angeles Clippers. Everybody knows, but you and I both support the Clippers.
You and I both. Look at that. Marcellus happy. Ooh, them Clipper fans happy. When did Charles start liking the Clippers? Boy, you pandering son.
I want to get your thoughts on this because I wanted to ask you about it before, and then I'll get into the Clippers and a whole bunch of questions I have about that. Gilbert Arenas was recently on Nightcap with Shannon Sharp. He also went to Paul George's show. I don't know if you know Paul George, but I know you know Gilbert Arenas. So he went on there, and the Clippers seem to be the team that everybody poo-poos on and makes fun of. And he essentially called the Clippers the hoes of the NBA, right? My question to you is, why do you think Gil feels that way, to feel like, okay, you know what, man, this team is the hoes of the NBA when they have the richest owner in sports? They've been playing well for years. And
is he not talking about the Clippers? I'm sorry, I'm confused here. Like, I'm confused on the team that they are talking about. So let me just make sure that they're talking about the Clippers themselves. Okay. Let me just make sure.
He essentially called the Clippers the hoes of the NBA.
Okay,
right? Yeah. My question to you is, why do you think Gil feels that way, to feel like, okay, you know what, man, this team is the hoes of the NBA when they have the richest owner in sports? They've been playing well for years and still felt the need to say it. What does he know about the Clippers that we don't know?
Everything. It's the Clippers.
I don't think he knows anything about the Clippers other than the obvious. They haven't won a championship, so you can say whatever you want about them in this world of you're a champion or a bust. And I think that's what a lot of players are doing. And we talked about this, how former players are now buying into what the media has told us for decades.
That's false. No player values championships like that. That's a media thing, right? I've said what? I will take the money over the championships, right? Because the championships doesn't tell you how good you were as an individual, because it's a team thing. Media uses championships to solidify who is the greatest, right? Yeah.
All right. So this whole narrative of like, you got to win championships or else, it really wasn't at the beginning and the origins of sports in terms of greatness, right? You didn't have to do that. And then
I'm the one who said it, right? So he's speaking facts of the same facts I was speaking. When I said Michael Jordan was considered the greatest man of all time in '89, he had no rings. Everybody pushed back. Oh, what do you mean? Well, history says he was the greatest player to ever walk planet Earth without a ring. So why are we using rings now to put the GOAT stamp on when the GOAT himself didn't have one? That was my argument.
And when it started to insert itself, it wasn't even uniform. Like, if that's the case, Bill Russell's the best player ever, and shut up. Everybody shut up. And we don't shut up. We keep talking because we know we're just.
Look at Charles talking about, yeah, I agree. Bitch, no, you don't agree, Charles. Because I'm saying the same thing Marcellus Wiley is actually saying. But you agree with him. Wow.
Just talking out of both sides of our mouth. It's not just championships. It's not just how many rings. There's much more to it. Gilbert, look, he's blown up. He's blowing up. He's big time now. And, you know, some of those habits you acquire and some of them you got to break. I love the fact that when he said that, everybody looked at him like, dog, what are you doing right now?
Who's everybody? A bunch of Clipper fans? A bunch of Clipper fans. Everybody stop it, man. Just Clipper fans, bro.
What's really going on? Like, have you really just turned in your player's card to just say they're the hoes? Like, this is what has happened to our media. You got to be so provocative. You got to.
The funny part is, me and him, like, we're friends, right? That's my dog right here. He's a Clipper fan, big time Clipper fan. I'm a Laker fan, right? I call them the flippers. He called us the fakers, right? Him, Clipper Daryl, right? That's the crew. Me, Snoop, that's the crew, right? So this battle's been going on forever, right? Has nothing to do with chips. Like I said, they can win and beat the Lakers 0-4, and they can lose every game after that. To Clipper fans, they won the championship. That's just the rivalry here.
Be so extra. No sentence can end with a period anymore. It got to be an exclamation point or you didn't say shit. And
the Clippers are the hoes, period, of the NBA. See, of the NBA is the finish of it is not. it's the that's the end. The whole part wasn't. Now, let's talk about what hoes mean. Hoes is bottom line, the bottom tier. It's the end of it, right? You got, your wives and all of that. And then when you get towards the bottom, streetwalkers, hoes, hookers, right? Those are the worst of the women, right? We get it, right? Now, let me try to figure out if the Clippers will be considered the hoes of the NBA, not the classy little broads up there at the top, the hoes.
So you heard what Gilbert Arenas had to say. First of all, let me just say this now. If Gilbert's watching this show, I want to make it be known that Marcellus is going to be coming back on Monday, and he's going to be getting back at you for these comments. He definitely going to respond to this. So y'all definitely, the audience, want to be on the lookout for that. We're dropping that the beginning of the week. The beginning of the week. So be on the lookout for that. We definitely going he definitely going to get back at you. But anyway, you heard what Gilbert Arenas had to say. The only problem is this. Gil is saying that the media uses rings as a way to discredit certain stars when there's situations in which these guys are clearly good, but we're going to use rings as an argument to diss them. And he brought up the argument of Michael Jordan. He was like, Michael Jordan was already considered the greatest player of all time, I think, before he even won a championship or before he even had 18,000 points. This is even before the rings, right? In response to what Marcellus said, saying that you're a former player and now you're playing the games that the media plays by basically going out and saying all of these crazy stuff. And in the case, by calling the Clippers the hoes, you're saying that. But Gil is saying, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not the media. But then Gil turned around and called the Clippers the hoes of the NBA because they never won any rings. Would you be calling the Clippers the hoes of the NBA if they had 2 championships as an organization? Well, hell no. Hell no. There are only a few organizations in the NBA that have multiple championships. Very few. Very few. The Spurs have 5. The Bulls have 6. The Lakers have 17. The Celtics have 17. You have a few other. I think the Miami Heat have 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken. There aren't so many. You have the Knicks, and they're not a bunch of teams out there with like 5 championships. 4. No, there aren't that many, right? You have the Warriors, of course. So Gil is saying that that's what the media does, but then he's turning around and calling the Clippers hoes, the hoes of the NBA, because they never won anything. So it's like, Gil, which one is it? Are they the hoes? And if you're saying that they're the hoes because they haven't won, but then why would you then say that only people in the media use this ring thing as an argument when you said that the majority of people were looking at Jordan like, bro, this is the greatest player we've ever seen. And this dude doesn't even have 5 championships. He's the greatest ever. So I think what Marcellus was trying to say was, don't do what the media and these guys are doing. Don't do that. Like, you should know better, especially as a former professional athlete. Not like, I mean, you played in the best league for your sport in the NBA. So I think that's the point. But then Gilbert Arenas did it again. You know, he got himself. To me, I think he'll be saying this to basically troll you dudes. I told him that. I'm like, man, there's no way. Like, I personally believe that Gil thinks Kobe's better than LeBron. Yesterday, they did a segment on Gil's Arena when they were talking about what it was like to guard Kobe. And he went into this I'm not a hater, I'm gonna give it up. He went into probably his best analysis, one of the best analysis I've heard on Kobe Bryant in terms of playing against him, defending him, and all of that. And I'm like, at the end of all of this, you gonna tell me that there's another dude better than him outside of Jordan? I don't believe you, man. Let me get into this topic here. So yesterday, over the last 48 hours, we've been producing some shows. My Kobe and LeBron, they got these LeBron guys all in their feelings. Some of them are really pissed, man. Some of them are really pissed. You know what? I don't think that they're pissed. I don't think that they're pissed. What I think is that they cannot stand the fact that we're going to talk about their king and then we can get views doing it, but then they talk about their king and they get no views doing it. They feel like, do you know what these dudes are like? Let me explain it to you. Do you know what they're like? They feel like because LeBron is theirs, LeBron's money only belongs to them. This is the mind of these people. So if you do anything that's successful, that generates revenue, I'm about LeBron, all of that stuff. So I said, okay, listen, you guys are pretty upset. So what we're going to do is I want you guys to put your account numbers in the comments, and I'll start sending you back some of the checks that LeBron videos make. But before we do that, I'll first need you to send over our account details and Jordan fans' account details over to Nick Wright, over to Shannon Sharp, over to Gilbert Arenas. Once they start reimbursing Jordan fans and all the hate that they do, then I'll take you seriously. No one takes you guys seriously. Let me continue on with this show. LeBron didn't attend Kobe's ceremony. Most of us believe that there is some jealousy that lies there. I believe is a real thing. Why? Because when Kobe and LeBron were playing at the same time, Kobe Bryant was by far the more popular basketball player. Was not close. He was by far the more popular basketball player. And this became more evident when they went overseas. When they went overseas, and the best players in the NBA, including LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo, all of them, they thought that they were famous. They thought that they were a big deal until Kobe showed up. And then they realized, okay, we're famous, but this guy is on a totally different level than all of us here. We want to play a clip from one of LeBron's former teammates, Chris Bosh, when he was on Shannon Sharp's show, admitting that when they went to China, LeBron was here and Kobe Bryant was up here. For those of you who never heard that clip, I want to play it for you now, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to that there.
We went to the village quite a bit. I want to say every other day we had built this thing where we would play. The next day we practice and then go hang out at the village. But just to hang out at the village, see the spirit of the games, talk to the people, eat in the mess hall, eat the same food. and like seeing how big Kobe was. Because, you know, LeBron is, you know, Kobe's the guy, and LeBron, and he's like, okay, he's the guy you can touch. You can't touch Kobe.
Right.
LeBron, you can touch, kind of. And he's on his way, and like, he's one of the best in the world. But then Kobe was around, and it was just, I mean, the way people reacted to that guy was crazy. But just getting to see some of that, getting to see how hard he worked, how much he put into the game, how good he really is or was. And just hanging with the guys, man. We had a good time. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun on that trip.
So you heard what Chris Bosh had to say. He was talking about Kobe. Don't get it twisted. He was talking about Kobe Bryant. There's some reports that there were certain places where 15,000 fans would be waiting in one spot just to see Kobe Bryant maybe exit a hotel or something. 15,000. That's almost the size of an NBA arena. So I started to do a little bit more research to understand, well, why was Kobe Bryant so popular? Then I came across a Bleacher Report article that was published, I believe, in the year July 2011, or July 2011. And I want to read the article. It has the following headline: Kobe Bryant, why the Lakers star is so big in China. When you're China's biggest basketball star, who needs the U.S.? Ask Kobe Bryant's agent, Rob Pelinka, and he'll tell you that Kobe would be perfectly content playing in China during an extended NBA lockout. Kobe's agent recently proposed a barn-storming tour in China in which Bryant and other potential Pelinka clients such as Derek Williams, O.J. Mayo, or Gordon, Carlos Boozer would play an exhibition games in Shanghai should start this upcoming NBA season if there's no one to be delayed. The article then continues on. China's a natural fit for Kobe as he's larger than life in the Middle Kingdom. Kobe has the highest selling jersey in China, even eclipsing China's own Yao Ming. But why is Kobe so big in China? It's certainly no accident. Let's look at how Kobe came to captivate a nation of 1.3 billion people on the opposite side of the globe. Sponsorship. Nike, one of Kobe's primary sponsors, has been on an all-out marketing blitz to capture Chinese consumers. China now ranks as Nike's second largest market outside the U.S. Through aggressive marketing, including sponsorships, the sponsorship of the 2008 Beijing Olympics, Nike has penetrated the major cities markets of Shanghai and Beijing and is expanding into other smaller cities throughout China. Nike also has contributed to basketball's rapid rise in China. Nike is an official sponsor of the nation's own basketball league, the Chinese Basketball Association. All of Nike's efforts have made Kobe the top dog on Team Nike, synonymous with basketball in China. While Nike promotes other NBA stars in China like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kobe is the most successful and arguably the most charismatic person, thereby getting the lion's share of Nike's publicity. I'm going to give you guys I'm going to go back to a comment that I read. This might have been 5-6 years ago, maybe even 7 years ago. It was a video of when Kobe Bryant visited Italy. As you guys know, Kobe spent some time in Italy as a kid, so he's fluent in Italian. So Kobe is there. He's in Maranello. If you don't know anything about Maranello, Maranello is where the headquarters of Ferrari is. So he's in Maranello. I think he went to Ferrari, in fact. And some of his daughters have Italian names like Capri and all of those. Bianca. Gigi. So he's there and he's speaking in Italian to the kids. And as you guys know, Kobe could speak multiple languages: Italian, Spanish, English, and I think German, I think. So I was oh man, I never forgot this comment. I'm gonna leave the show on this one. This dude said Kobe can speak perfect Italian. He goes, Kobe can speak Italian. Meanwhile, LeBron James is still trying to learn how to speak English. And I was like, oh my God, man. I never forgot that comment, man. That was the coldest comment. I bring that up to say Kobe was more of a global citizen, right? And he was, obviously he was very charismatic, could express his ideas very clearly. So it would just make sense. But apart from all of that, he was a bad boy.